Hello. I decided to post a short but rather amusing clip of what happens when you try to charge into an area where the Minotaur is, especially on this map, Sea of Fortune, which the tight narrow chokes at B just heavily favors this ship in general. You can see I only have 17k damage right now, and it's been a fairly passive game so far. But seeing as I've been holding down B, the rest of my team isn't really here. I only have a Gearing and a Kagero with me, and the Gearing is extremely low HP already. So this is about to get real hectic real quick. And that's basically the absolutely optimal situation you want to be in a Minotaur. That is, of course, Minotaur is very much like the Atlanta. If you combine huge DPM, torpedoes, great anti-air and smoke, you're gonna have an insane ship. Especially when you got Hydra as well. You see this guy's being spotted by my Hydro. So I constantly break his engine with my DPM, and of course the damage is so insane he doesn't even have time to accelerate before it simply melts. That was Fletcher instantly gone. So the ship is incredibly strong because of that. And if you end up in games where there's no radar cruisers, especially, well, just having a radar cruiser doesn't of course counter you. They have to know what they're doing and they have to be actively hunting you. If that happens, then it can be quite frustrating. But if there's no radar cruisers, this ship is just a monster. It honestly feels like a monster. Oh crap, I think I overturned. Yeah, I overturned. Wanted to go in between that gap, but I'm gonna eat one torp. That was a bit unfortunate. Bit awkward to dodge it, but I can heal up most of it. Still, it was a bit unnecessary. Now the issue is though, my smoke is fading. However, the Gearing just popped a smoke. If you guys noticed, the Gearing just before he died, he popped a smoke. So the reason I launched those torps in that patented 1-1-1 method that you can do with the Royal Navy is not as much to really hit anything, but mostly just to discourage them from attempting to push in here while I try to reverse out of my fading own smoke and into the Gearing smoke. And of course getting rid of the Zao in the meantime. I mean, if you got shots on something, you should shoot in this ship. That's a very fundamental thing about it, and the massive DPM helps deal with the Zao extremely quickly. Having a Zao on your broadside is of course terrifying because he can literally one-shot you with his AP if he gets a lot of citadels, which isn't that hard on your ship. Now though, they're still pushing in. They're still pushing in at North Carolina. Please spot him. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're spotting him again. While his broadside like this, I can just shoot at his hull and I'll get plenty of penetrations and plenty of damage. However, as soon as he starts to angle, my crosshair goes up and I start shooting his superstructure instead. Because angled armor will of course bounce your shells quite easily or simply shatter your shells. So he's gonna rush into the smoke, and this smoke won't last long either. Luckily, it just shot. And the fact that he just shot means that, well, first of all, I'm going to start accelerating now, because my torpedoes are going to come up in just a few seconds, and hopefully before he has time to reload and shoot again, my torps will have killed him, or alternatively I'll be so angled that I can dodge his shells. Right, launching quick torps, but the Neptune is charging in as well, so now I'm being hit from two sides, and this becomes a lot harder. However, the Neptune is giving me broadside, and I instantly capitalize on that by taking my AP to his Citadel, and you can see the Citadel counter on the top right. That was instant double strike. I got both the NC and I got the Neptune, but sadly it wasn't quite enough to survive because he used that time to launch all his torps at me. So that was sadly the end of my story there. Luckily though, I did enough work that my team managed to squeeze out victory in this game, and considering when I started this commentary or this small clip, basically I had 17k damage and I still ended with 161k. You can see just how quickly the ship can dish out an absolutely obscene amount of damage. Even managed to top the scoreboard, even though before this the game was very underwhelming and not much really happened. And damage wise, yeah, you can see time spent in battle 950 and the time spent in action, where honestly proper action was probably just those last few minutes. So in the optimal situation, the Minotaur truly is a very scary beast.